What's happening, gang? Welcome to another episode of CheleoPower. A quick lunch DT. A lot of lines, but let me explain what everything means. Basically, you have support and resistance. It's acting as a wedge. This is the SPY. It broke here, went down, then Trump and his minions came up, pumped a little bit, and now it's following this trend. I like it for put city because it is not breaking the 280 or maintaining the 280. If it maintains the 280 or if it closes above, then it's a different story. So right now I'm in puts. I bought puts here in this area. I've been trading it since earlier today, and I really like what it's doing right now. So again, let's watch that it doesn't close a 5-minute time frame candle above the 280, because then the 282 could be the next support. As you can see right now, this is a wedge pattern, kind of a bear flag if you eliminate all those yellow lines. So if we eliminate the yellow, those two yellows, you could see that this is forming a bear flag. A bear flag usually will go if bulls take control. It'll bounce, get tight, and then, and that's what we want. The next target would be 274 with a stop loss above the 280. Stop loss above 280 if it holds. So these are the puts that I got. Making a little bit of money, lunch money. But again, target is 274 or more. This yellow line is acting as support, but I have not much faith on it. Volume still kind of healthy. Went down, pop, went down. I mean, it's all right. If bulls put their big boys pants, they can do some damage. You know, they can push it above 280 and it can continue to the 282. If we look at the daily chart, we still have, this is down a lot, 17%. Like, this is crazy. Eventually we will have to close some of those air pockets. But right now my goal is that it'll go down to that level here with a stop loss above 280 on volume and holding a couple of green candles. So right now the bears are kind of pushing, but again, I'm not impressed with the volume. I play volume, support, resistance, and this is not all that. I mean, until they break this guy, it's kind of trying to break. It did break, but volume is not there. So bulls can easily pick it up and go right back. So unless we see volume coming in, this is going to be another mini little bounce. And when I say volume, I'm referring to above average volume, guys. I mean, if you've been with me, you know the drill. This purple little beautiful line is the average volume. I want to see volume coming in above that line, regardless of the or whatever direction the market is going. If it's going up above 280 and the volume is higher than the normal, then you know bulls are stepping in. If it's the opposite, it breaks the trend and the volume picks up above the purple, we know that the bears are doing their thing. So for now, we just stand still, you know, watching and watching those three things: flow, support, and resistance. Another thing that I like to do, and I say this in a couple of my videos, is that you want to look at the volume and you want to be looking at the time. It's 43, so 3 minutes into the 5-minute candle. And basically see how the volume is doing, you know. If you see that it's 1 minute in and you have a direction here and you have heavy volume, you know that that's going to be a pop by the 5 minute. Another way you can do it is you can have the 1 minute chart and kind of document each minute. I'm not a fan of the 1 minute chart. I either like the 2 minute, or for the most part, I like the 5 minute chart. All right, so it closed below the trend line, so this could get fun really quick and really soon. It's a zone, is nothing exact, but it is flirting with the yellow line, and bulls don't want that. So we're up 19%. I could secure here 20%, but again, I'm sticking to my plan. Support, resistance, volume. Just to summarize, the plan is, again, that we earlier discussed, that it could break this, and it could be going to testing the 274 again, which is this support here. All right, to answer some of the questions that the gang is asking in the chat is nice. 33%. Again, you could argue that I'm being greedy. I'm not. I'm just following my plan, and if it, you know, it's looking okay. So some of the questions that the guys are asking to put in this video is need developer, how you get a starter based on the chart. Okay, so let's answer that first question. So the starter position, I think I answer in the beginning, but it's based on what we know. As I said, this is a bear flag pattern. It's rejecting the 280. So right then and there, it's your indication that, hey, I'm gonna get, I'll wait, right? It rejected. So It rejected one time, went down, it came up, it rejected a second time. So on the third time, I'm like, okay, there is a high probability that it'll reject their butts again. So, but you enter here, I entered here with a stop loss above the 280. And when I say above, I know it's kind of vague, but if I see that bulls would have closed a 5-minute candle over candle in this area, I would feel uncomfortable, and probably that's when I cut on a good volume. So if I see that bulls close at 280 and the volume is above average, that's a good volume for the bulls. So right here I would get a starter. How do I get a starter? Well, then we go into the option. I'm doing DT. So day trading, it's quick. Again, this is a very quick day trade. I usually don't prefer doing 1 day trade. So I would do like even though I'm day trading, I would have picked the 13, but I felt a little confident. 1 day overnight. So the calls that I picked was the 280s put, and if we look at those 280s, I picked them because of the volume. You can see that the volume is higher than the others. 1,000, 1,000. Well, actually, that's not put. I'm sorry, but same on the put side is 1,000, 2,000, 1,000. Here is 11. So you have a lot of people banking on that, right? I'm Tinny Popper account, so I just follow the big whales as we talk in the chat. So that's the main the question number 1. I don't want to make this too long. So question number 2 was how do you so accurately guess volume coming in? It's not guessing the volume, but I explained this a couple of minutes earlier today. Like I said, you can use a 1-minute chart or 2-minute chart. I prefer the 5-minute chart, and I've trained my eyes so that let's do an example. It's 157, right? And you can see that volume is here. Sometimes it's 151, let's say 1 minute into the 5-minute candle, and you see this sucker over here, not too far from the average. So now then and there, a 1 minute volume pop, you're like, okay, that is a lot of volume for this candle. So you know now 1 minute into the 5-minute candle, you know that by the 5th minute this thing will be up there, which is what happens with some of these guys. Again, I've trained my eyes to do that with the 5-minute, so I'm used to it. But an easier way you can do is either using your 1-minute chart and you can still have your purple average, or you can use the 2-minute chart, narrower. But I don't like the too fast, the 5-minute candle. To me, it's a little beefier, more decision, like stronger decision based on my style of trading. So that is question number 2. So question number 3 is, how do you add to your position size? So that's easy. Question number 3 is, okay, I added a position here. I bought 1. So once I see candle over candle, you remember that seminar from Inflection Points by I forgot the name, Mike and his team. He talks about candle over candle. So if you're doing a quick day trade, candle over candle means a lot here. So you can see that added position, now it's going 1 candle, rejected again, then another candle, then another candle. You can choose to add on a third. Again, there is no black or white here, But since it rejected 3 times, I bought one and then, added around here or something. I had the 2. So I would have, just to be clear, maybe you can add after it breaks, and that way you can wait for the confirmation, like I always say in the chat. So, don't fall in love with these, oh, it's working, but then something can happen and boom. So just wait your confirmation, and you bought a starter here. Now the plan was it breaks the yellow. So now here, now you can add a second or third coil. As you can see from what it's doing, it broke. It's trying to come back to the 278, but it's rejecting it. So let's see how it plays out. So how do I add? You add either, let's say this is on the put side, but if you would have bought here, it goes. You can add once it breaks the 280 and holds it a couple of candle over candle, then you can add to your position. You don't want to mess around too much, because then that would have messed your average. Okay, so let me go quick so we don't make this video way too long. Nice, 37%, almost $400. That's this is my lunch break. So that's going to be a nice lunch. And what was the fourth question? The fourth question was, oh, there is a fifth question. Hey, fourth, which strike you pick based? I think I talked about that. In the money, if you, depending on your account, again, like I said, I felt a little confident. I like to pick right around the in the money, out of the money line. Something that I look at is the percentage move. So let's say I like to pick right around this line here. It's either here, or maybe another one down. I usually don't go 2 up, but maybe 2 down or more, depending on my funds, dry powder that I have. And also you want to look at the IV, how hot it is. You want to look at the option, the open interest, and last but not least, and I'm trying to do that from Thinkorswim but haven't figured it out, I like to do the percentage move. So let's say I want to buy puts. Let's say I want to buy puts. So here I like to look at, if I buy this 277, what is my percentage? What is the percentage that I need to move up and down? And again, I use that heavily based on my charting. It says 172%, so I compare that with my charting skills, and I say, okay, is this 1.70% doable? Where is 1.70%? And is this doable? That means, let's say here, that's 170. It break, then it goes down, and of course that's definitely doable. So I would buy that, and actually to the opposite side, of course. So you buy from here, and it's going down 1.71%. So that's question number 4. Let's see, question number 5. Do you switch time frame from 5 minutes, say 3? I do, but I'm used to the 5 minutes, so I deal with it. If I switch time frame, this is my tool here. I have templates. You see, I have a 5 minute, I have a day, so I can quickly refer to it, and then the 2 minute, the day, but actually this is a day but clean, no indicators. So I have, and this is the week. And then I have the hour, you know, the 13 cross that I use for options. And you have a 1 minute here action. Where is my 2 minute? Okay, I used to have a 2 minute. I don't know what happened to it, but that tells you how much I use it. I go by the 5 minute and the 2 minute, rarely. But again, since I'm used to the understanding kind of the idea of the 5 minute candle. So right now, I'm still not impressed with the volume, even though we broke trend. Volume is not as heavy as I would love to see it. I need that volume to pick up. If volume picks up and this thing stills down, bulls would definitely be shooed away or scared a little bit, and we can drop to almost my goal of 274. So, oof. This video is going to be like an hour long. Sorry for all the talking, but hopefully this answers some of the calls, some of the questions. Let's see. Yes, please, thank you. Okay, no more questions. This is okay. So no more questions. I'm gonna pause the video a little bit now and bring it back up later. Right now we're just 350, 400 range, 30%. And right now, again, it's forming a little base here. It probably will try to bounce, but I see that drop. It's still not giving me bulls don't look that confident. So I think it's gonna do something like this. I think it's gonna do something like this towards end of day. And we are down. Boom, booyah. Congratulations to us suckers playing puts. As you can see, it went down to the 270s. We discussed the drop earlier today and yesterday, and we made a good deal of money. I mean, it sucks, but it's unfortunate. But you can make money going down and going up. We happened to play the put side based on support, resistance, and volume. Right now, we've been dealing with a bunch of market pumps and kind of Trump and the media and everybody, which makes me think it's holding this range, which makes me think that we are not going to say near bottom, but we are, in my opinion, no advisor, no professional, no guru, I think we hold this range for a little bit and have a little dead cat bounce, probably back to the 280, either tomorrow or Friday, to maybe continue the downtrend. Let's see. Things can change overnight, so I will play it case by case. For the meantime, congratulations if you took the call and played with the team. A lot of us killed it in the chat and take advantage of buying cheap or buying to the put side. And stick to what you know, play it simple, manage your risk, reduce exposure now that things are going a little crazy. Everybody's panicking because the end of the world. And, let's keep it green, guys. So congratulations again, and talk to you soon.